All right, welcome to the relationship show. This one's kind of cool one. It's like it's a woman writing this Reddit post, and she says, "Rich girl, poor boyfriend." She says, "I'm a multimillionaire and have a boyfriend who is making 40,000 a year. I worked really hard and made my own money. Don't come from a rich family or trust fund or anything. I'm newly rich, so I'm used to being frugal and have not given any signs of wealth." So basically, she's like undercover millionaire here. The guy doesn't have a clue that she's a millionaire. He's making 40,000 a year. Um, he mentioned that he prefers traditional roles. So, so like the man provides for the household kind of situation. And I'm afraid that being well off will make him feel less than. Uh, it could, but it depends on the person. It's like you really want to choose a person that won't feel that way, But also, if you disclose that you're like this multimillionaire, um, make sure he's really cool guy and he's right for you. And that's why you actually have, I think, an advantage here in like being this undercover kind of position, is because you can still read somebody and read how they would treat you whether you're rich or not. Because a lot of people, if they find out you're rich, it's like, well, it can just attract some people that are just looking for like the certainty of being with you as far as the money and stuff. And you want someone who, cares about you. It seems like a lot of, rich guys or whatever, they'll do um, like huge extravagant things for women at the beginning. And it's like when they do that, then it's like, well, yeah, no kidding. They're going to go on dates with you and stuff because you're doing these huge things. But it's like they're going on dates with you because of the fun things that you do, not necessarily because they like you, um, yourself. Um, how and when should I tell him I'm rich? Probably like later, like when you're like getting to the point where you're exclusive, because people can really hide who they really are for like the first 90 days. Um, People approach situations like with a mask. It's like, who do I have to be in order to like be liked or be attractive to women or stuff like that? And so you will find like a lot of times, you know, people will just put on like an act on how they think or how they think they should be in a relationship. And then after like that 90 days or so, then it's like that mask is kind of gone and you find out who they really are. And sometimes who they are isn't necessarily the ideal person that you want to be with. So just wait, wait 3 or so months. And, if the two of you become exclusive, then you might bring it up and then see how he reacts too. It's like, yeah, I mean, ideally, he wants to support you in that too. He's like, man, you're an incredible person for putting all that work, and I'm so happy for you, and it's like, and be proud of your woman in that. Because like, if say your goal was to be a millionaire, and now all of a sudden, um, your woman's a millionaire, and then you feel like you're not good enough, or you can't fulfill this like traditional role of being the provider. Um, Yeah, it's like you have to recognize the other skills that you have. It's like, um, maybe you have like an incredible body, like you're in great shape, or you're a musician, or you're a great artist, or you have a lot of these other skills that your partner doesn't have, and you need to focus on those. And you're like, yeah, I am awesome. I do have all these awesome skills, and I'm fun to be around. And if you can focus on that and not what you don't have, that's really the person you want to have. Um, uh, he is a driven hard worker and loves me for me. That's awesome. Yeah. I'm just worried that this could change things. It might be a shock for sure. I mean, it's like all of a sudden he realizes you're super rich. And then he's got to either, shift how he thinks should be. If he's like totally set in those ways that he has to be the provider, and now it's like his role is gone, and now where's his purpose? Yeah, that could be the case because I have seen situations with people like I know who got in relationships with like rich people with rich families, and then they became like kind of gave up on what they were pursuing, and then just like became like a nurse or another profession, you know. And it's like, um, ideally you want to, still work towards your mission, whether you're with someone rich or not, and not just give up on your mission. Because that's really the danger with it is that just because you'll get rich, then it's like, oh, well, now I don't have to work for something. Or it's like if you had a goal to be a millionaire, now all of a sudden, by being in a relationship with a millionaire, now you're a millionaire. It's like, where's your drive go? And so it's just a matter of him maintaining that drive. And if he's capable of doing that, and changing how he thinks things should be, or raising his standards, or stepping up. um yeah, so that's kind of the obstacles you might face or encounter. um but she's like, yeah, when should I tell him? Once you're like exclusive, probably around like that 90-day range.